Have you ever tried everything you were told was healthy, only to wake up one day and realize your own body was quietly falling apart? What if I told you that some of the very foods you think are protecting your kidneys are actually the ones destroying them day by day, bite by bite, without a single warning sign? I'm Dr. Johnny, and over the past 20 years, I've seen something both heartbreaking and terrifying: people losing up to 90% of their kidney function before they even feel that something's wrong. No pain, no red flags, just a little more fatigue, lighter sleep, maybe swollen ankles at night, and then suddenly the labs come back with numbers that change their lives forever. It's not because they were careless, it's because they were misled. Because clean eating, green smoothies, and superfood labels can hide a dangerous truth that almost no one talks about. And that's why today we're breaking the silence. In this video, I'll reveal 6 popular vegetables that may be silently sabotaging your kidneys, even if you believe you're eating right, and then show you 4 powerful healing foods that can help your kidneys recover naturally, safely, and affordably. Because this isn't a scare story, it's a wake-up call, a chance to understand your body before it's too late and to take back control of your kidneys, your energy, and your life. So stay with me till the end, because the most dangerous healthy food on this list is probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's start with a food almost everyone believes is harmless: tomatoes. They're red, juicy, and labeled as heart healthy. But here's the catch. What's on your plate isn't just tomato anymore. It's concentrated tomato sauces, pasted ketchup juice, the forms hiding quietly in your pantry. That's where the problem begins. A single cup of tomato sauce, even the unsalted kind, can pack up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium. That's nearly half of what someone with kidney issues should have in an entire day. Double the sauce for pasta night or add a spoonful to your stew, and you've silently overloaded your kidneys without even realizing it. You see, when kidney function slows, excess potassium doesn't just flush out. It builds up in your bloodstream, quietly rewriting your body's electrical rhythm. And when that rhythm falters, it can trigger a condition called hyperkalemia, the silent heart stopper. Muscle weakness, fatigue, skipped beats, and in severe cases, sudden cardiac arrest. Ions treated a retired chef named Linda, who thought her homemade spaghetti sauce was the healthiest dinner in the world. She made it from scratch every night, proud of her clean eating. But her blood work told another story: potassium off the charts, kidney numbers sinking fast. When she cut back the sauce and swapped to fresh diced tomatoes instead, her labs started climbing back toward normal within weeks. So what's the takeaway? Fresh tomatoes in moderation are fine. They're water-rich, lower in potassium, and loaded with lycopene that actually helps your heart. The danger lies in concentration: the paste, the sauce, the healthy ketchup that sneaks potassium into every bite. Check your labels, portion your servings, and remember, what feels wholesome can sometimes be the exact thing tipping your kidneys over the edge. But just knowing this isn't enough, because the next vegetable on our list doesn't just sneak up on your kidneys, it ambushes them. And the scary part, it's served in almost every home across America. If tomato sauce was a stealth attack, then potatoes are a full-on ambush. They're the comfort food we all grew up with: mashed, baked, roasted, fried, sitting warm on the table at every family gathering. But here's the hard truth: what feels like nostalgia can turn into silent damage for your kidneys. A single medium baked potato contains up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium. Sweet potatoes, even higher, none are 200 milligrams in just 1 cup of mash. That's your entire daily potassium limit gone in one side dish. And when your kidneys can't flush out, that overload potassium starts building up in the bloodstream, disrupting your heart's natural rhythm like static on a radio signal. I once treated a man named George, a retired truck driver, who loved his sweet potato fries, said they made him feel healthy. But when his potassium levels spiked to dangerous levels, his heart began skipping beats. He didn't understand how something so natural could be so harmful. After cutting his portions and learning a simple trick called leaching, soaking chopped potatoes in water for hours before boiling them, his potassium dropped by nearly 70%, and so did his risk. That's the key: awareness and balance. Potatoes themselves aren't evil, it's how and how much we eat them. Portion control, preparation, and mindfulness can turn a potential kidney bomb into a safe occasional treat. Think of it like fire, useful in the right place, destructive when left unchecked. So next time you're craving that creamy mash or those crispy fries, remember your heart and kidneys are listening to every bite. But only knowing this won't be enough, because there's another healthy root that hides a double danger. It's praised by athletes, hyped on wellness blogs, and blended into juices every morning. Yet inside it carries a threat your kidneys were never designed to handle. If potatoes are the ambush, then beets are the smooth talkers, the ones that look innocent, promise you energy and smile, while causing quiet chaos inside your body. Everywhere you turn, someone's praising beet juice for natural blood pressure support or better circulation. Fitness influencers love it, athletes swear by it, and health stores can't keep it in stock. But what they don't tell you is that beets can be a double-edged sword, especially for your kidneys. Here's why. Beets are packed with potassium around 450 to 600 milligrams per glass of juice. That alone is already a problem for anyone with reduced kidney filtration. But the real danger doesn't stop there. Beets are also loaded with oxalates, tiny crystalline compounds that sound harmless, but behave like microscopic glass shards once inside your kidneys. They don't dissolve easily. Instead, they bind with calcium, forming sharp crystals that can clog and scratch your delicate tubules. Over time, that irritation can turn into painful kidney stones or even acute kidney injury. I recall a young marathon runner, 34 years old, who came into his clinic exhausted, nauseated, and confused. He had been drinking beet juice every morning for 6 weeks, thinking it would supercharge his endurance. His kidneys were in full distress, oxalate levels off the chart. He thought he was cleansing his body. In reality, he was poisoning it one shot glass at a time. That's the deceptive beauty of beet's good intentions, wrong application. For healthy people, in small amounts, roasted or steamed beets can add color and antioxidants to a plate. But when you concentrate them, juice powder or super shots, you're forcing your kidneys to handle a chemical load they were never built for. So before you reach for that vibrant red juice, ask yourself, are you helping your heart or overloading the very organs that keep your blood clean? But just knowing this isn't enough, because the next vegetable looks even safer, even sweeter, yet it's been linked to sudden kidney shutdown after just one weekend indulgence. And almost no one sees it coming. It looks cheerful, doesn't it? That bright pink stalk tucked into pies, jams, and desserts, rhubarb seems harmless, even charming. But behind its pretty face hides one of the most kidney-toxic plants on Earth. And what makes it so dangerous is that most people don't even realize they're eating it. Rhubarb isn't just tart, it's toxic to anyone whose kidneys are even slightly compromised. Here's the science. Rhubarb is loaded with oxalic acid, a compound that forms oxalate crystals once inside your body. These crystals act like microscopic shards of glass, cutting into the delicate lining of your kidneys. 1 cup of diced rhubarb contains over 1,000 milligrams of oxalates. That's 20 times higher than the safe daily limit for someone with kidney issues. And when cooked into jams or dessert fillings, the oxalate concentration becomes even more dangerous because the sugar and heat mask the warning signs. I remember a woman named Helen who came into the emergency room after a family reunion. She'd eaten several slices of homemade rhubarb pie, sweet tangy old-fashioned. 48 hours later, her kidneys began to shut down. Her biopsy showed oxalate crystals clogging her nephrons like sand in a filter. No prior kidney problems, no warning, just a dessert that turned deadly. That's the terrifying truth. Rhubarb doesn't need years to harm you. Sometimes it only needs one high dose. For anyone with kidney sensitivity, this food shouldn't be reduced. It should be eliminated completely. But only knowing this isn't enough, because the next green on our list is even more deceptive. It wears the mask of a health food praised by fitness coaches and vegans alike. Yet it attacks your kidneys from 2 directions at once. If rhubarb is the sweet assassin, then Swiss chard is its quiet cousin, the one smiling on your plate while slowly overwhelming your kidneys from both sides. It's beautiful, colorful, and often marketed as a super green. You'll see it in smoothie recipes, vegan bowls, and detox meal plans everywhere. But here's the harsh truth for your kidneys. Swiss chard is a ticking time bomb. This leafy green carries a double threat: extremely high potassium and equally high oxalates. Just 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard delivers nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium, rivaling a whole baked potato, along with more than 100 milligrams of oxalates. For healthy kidneys, that's heavy work. But for kidneys already struggling to filter waste, it's a perfect storm. Too much potassium can disrupt heart rhythm, while oxalates can form sharp crystals that scratch, inflame, and block the filtration system itself. I recall a health-conscious teacher named Marcus who replaced spinach with Swiss chard in his daily green juice, thinking it was safer. Within months, his potassium spiked, his eGFR dropped, and he began feeling constant fatigue. After cutting the chard and focusing on low-potassium greens, his labs improved and his energy returned. That's the painful irony. Foods celebrated as clean can become toxic when your kidneys can't keep up. Swiss chard doesn't look like danger, it looks like virtue. Yet every forkful can silently push your kidneys closer to collapse. But knowing this still isn't enough, because the next vegetable is even more adored, more praised, and more dangerous. It's the poster child of health itself. Yet for many, it's the fastest route to kidney damage. If Swiss chard is the silent overload, spinach is the superstar that betrays you. It's the food everyone swears by, the poster child of health, the base of every green smoothie, the secret behind countless detox plans. But what if I told you that this very superfood could be the fastest way to destroy your kidneys? Spinach holds one of the highest concentrations of soluble oxalates found in any natural food, about 970 milligrams per 100 grams of raw leaves. That number alone might not mean much until you realize most people don't use just one handful in their smoothie. They blend 2, 3, even 4 cups at a time. That's more than 2,000 milligrams of oxalates in one drink, 20 times the safe daily limit for someone with kidney concerns. And inside your body, those oxalates bind with calcium, forming hard needle-like crystals that can block and scar the nephrons, the tiny filters that keep your blood clean. I once met a 40-year-old marathon enthusiast named Karen who drank spinach smoothies every morning for 6 months. She thought she was healing her body. Instead, she landed in the hospital with severe flank pain and rising creatinine. The diagnosis, acute oxalate nephropathy. Her kidneys were inflamed and struggling to function. After cutting out raw spinach and replacing it with safer greens like kale and cabbage, her kidney numbers slowly began to recover. Spinach isn't evil, it's just misunderstood. Cooked lightly and eaten occasionally, it's fine for most people. But for anyone with declining kidney function, juicing or blending it raw is like pouring acid into your filtration system. But knowing this still isn't enough, because while these 6 foods can quietly damage your kidneys, there are other vegetables that can reverse the harm, cleanse your blood, and give your kidneys a real chance to heal. And the first one might already be sitting in your fridge right now. After all that bad news, let's breathe for a second, because here's where the story turns around. Among the vegetables that strain and overload your kidneys, there's one humble hero that quietly does the opposite: cauliflower. No hype, no miracle, claims just a simple, affordable vegetable that your kidneys absolutely love. I call it the white gold of kidney health. Why? Because cauliflower is low in everything. Your kidneys struggle with potassium, phosphorus, and sodium, yet high in the anti-inflammatory compounds your body desperately needs to heal. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower has only 88 milligrams of potassium, 20 of phosphorus, and 9 of sodium. That's astonishingly low compared to almost any other side dish on your plate. He once told the story of Harold, a 72-year-old retired engineer who swapped his mashed potatoes for mashed cauliflower. He didn't expect much, just a diet tweak. But 3 months later, his blood pressure dropped, his energy rose, and his creatinine numbers began to move in the right direction. It wasn't magic. It was chemistry, giving his kidneys rest instead of resistance. And the best part, cauliflower is versatile. Roast it, steam it, grill it, or mash it. Add garlic herbs or a drizzle of olive oil, and you'll barely miss the starch you left behind. Every bite helps calm inflammation, lighten the kidney's workload, and protect those microscopic filters that keep your blood clean. But only knowing this isn't enough, because the next vegetable doesn't just help your kidneys, it shields them, guarding every cell from the invisible inflammation that accelerates kidney decline. If cauliflower is the gentle cleanser, then red bell pepper is the vibrant shield, bright, bold, and quietly protective from the inside out. Just one glance at its color tells you what's going on. Within this vegetable is a powerhouse of antioxidants designed by nature to fight inflammation, boost circulation, and protect your kidneys at the cellular level. I often say every deep red pigment is a sign of defense, and science agrees. Red bell peppers are packed with vitamin C, lycopene, and beta-carotene compounds that neutralize the oxidative stress attacking kidney tissues. Oxidative stress is like rust forming inside your blood vessels. Over time, it stiffens them, raises blood pressure, and starves the kidneys of oxygen. But bell peppers act like natural armor, cleaning out that internal rust before it can do long-term harm. Here's the beauty of it. While they're rich in protection, they're light on pressure. 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper contains only about 250 milligrams of potassium, 30 milligrams of phosphorus, and just 4 milligrams of sodium. That's the sweet spot, high in antioxidants, low in kidney stress. Whether you enjoy them raw in salads, roasted in the oven, or stuffed with quinoa and herbs, they deliver color crunch and protection in every bite. I remember a patient, Lorna, who struggled with chronic fatigue from kidney inflammation. When she began adding half a red bell pepper to her lunch every day, her energy slowly returned, her blood pressure stabilized, and her doctor eventually reduced her medication dosage. Sometimes healing isn't about restriction, it's about feeding your body what it's been missing. But knowing this still isn't enough, because the next healing food isn't colorful or crunchy. It's small, humble, and has been a medicine disguised as a spice for thousands of years. If red bell pepper is your armor, then garlic is your sword, sharp, potent, and centuries old. It doesn't just protect your kidneys. It helps your entire body fight back against the silent inflammation that causes them to fail in the first place. Humans have trusted garlic since ancient Egypt, and modern science now proves why it still deserves that respect. Garlic's secret weapon is a compound called allicin, which activates when you crush or chop a clove. Allicin is nature's anti-inflammatory antioxidant and blood pressure regulator all in one. It widens blood vessels, improves circulation, and helps prevent oxidative damage inside the kidneys. That means less pressure, less scarring, and better filtration. I tell the story of Rosa, a 68-year-old grandmother who refused to take another pill for her blood pressure. Together they tried a simple change: 1 raw clove of garlic a day crushed and left to rest for 10 minutes before mixing into her meals. Within 8 weeks, her blood pressure dropped by 15 points, her creatinine stabilized, and she said she finally felt alive again. No drugs, no hype, just consistency and nature's chemistry doing what it was designed to do. What makes garlic even more kidney-friendly is what it doesn't have: almost zero potassium, phosphorus, or sodium. You can season generously without fear of overload. And unlike most flavorings, garlic adds taste without adding toxicity. So yes, it might give you garlic breath, but if the trade-off is stronger kidneys and a healthier heart, that's a deal worth taking any day. But knowing this still isn't enough, because the final vegetable on this list doesn't just protect or repair. It actually activates your body's own defense system, turning your kidneys into self-healing machines. It's not fancy. It's not trending. You won't see influencers juicing it or selling it as a detox miracle. But when it comes to protecting and repairing your kidneys, cabbage quietly outperforms almost every vegetable in the grocery store. I call it the forgotten shield, because while everyone chases the next superfood, cabbage sits humbly on the shelf, offering real proven protection for pennies a pound. Here's why it matters. Cabbage is rich in a compound called sulforaphane, which triggers your body's NRF2 pathway, a natural anti-inflammatory switch built into every cell. When that switch is turned on, your kidneys start producing more of their own antioxidants, detox enzymes, and repair molecules. In simple terms, cabbage teaches your body to heal itself. This is the exact mechanism that researchers highlighted in a 2021 study published in the journal Antioxidants, showing sulforaphane-rich vegetables like cabbage could slow kidney disease progression and reduce oxidative stress. And nutritionally, cabbage checks every kidney-safe box. 1 cup of chopped cabbage contains only 172 milligrams of potassium, minimal phosphorus, almost no sodium, and virtually zero oxalates. You can eat it raw in slaw, lightly steamed with garlic and olive oil, or sautéed as a warm side dish. No risk, no guilt, just steady nourishment that strengthens from the inside out. I remember one of his oldest patients, Frank, 79 years old, who replaced his nightly chips with a small bowl of garlic cabbage. After 3 months, his energy soared, his swelling went down, and for the first time in years, he felt his body working with him, not against him. Cabbage proves that real healing doesn't come from expensive supplements or miracle powders. It comes from consistency, from small, smart choices that let your kidneys rest and repair naturally. But knowing this still isn't enough, because the truth is, no vegetable drink or cleanse can detox your kidneys overnight. Before you make any change, there's one last truth. You must understand the truth about the biggest myth in kidney health. Before we wrap up, there's one final truth that almost no one tells you, and it might be the most important lesson of all. The word detox has been twisted, sold, and overused until it's lost all meaning. Every ad, every influencer, every flashy bottle promises the same miracle. Cleanse your kidneys, flush your toxins, reset your body in 7 days. But here's what I want you to know. Your kidneys already are the detox system. They don't need a cleanse. They need a break. Every single day, your kidneys filter around 50 gallons of blood nonstop 24/7, no holidays, no overtime pay. They remove waste-balanced minerals and regulate your blood pressure in silence. When they start failing, it's not because they're dirty. It's because they're overloaded, forced to handle too much potassium, phosphorus, sodium, sugar, caffeine, and chemicals from processed foods. No tea juice or supplement can fix that. What your kidneys really need isn't hype, it's help. Help means making small, consistent choices, cutting out the foods that silently hurt them, and adding back the ones that let them recover, like the cauliflower, red bell, pepper, garlic, and cabbage you just learned about. It means staying hydrated, moving daily, sleeping deeply, and lowering your stress, because cortisol is just as toxic as junk food. That's what real kidney detox looks like. Not a cleanse, but a lifestyle of relief. You don't wash your kidneys, you protect them. But understanding this still isn't enough, because knowledge only matters when you use it. And the final part of this story isn't about food, it's about you, your hope, and the choices you make starting today. Listen, my friend, if you've made it this far, that already says something powerful about you. It means you care. You're not waiting for a crisis or a hospital bed to start fighting for your health. You're doing it now, and that alone puts you miles ahead of where most people ever begin. Remember, your kidneys aren't asking for perfection, they're asking for relief. Small, steady steps matter more than any miracle fix. Swap one risky food for a healing one. Drink that extra glass of water. Take a short walk after dinner. Ask one more question at your next doctor's visit. These tiny actions done consistently are what create real recovery. If this video helped you see your body in a new light, save it right now so you can come back anytime you need a reminder or a dose of motivation. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because here we share the latest kidney-friendly foods, science-based habits, and real stories of people reversing kidney damage, all backed by research, not marketing. You are not powerless. Even if your numbers aren't perfect, even if the road feels long, your body is designed to heal when you give it the chance. Your kidneys may be silent, but your choices speak loudly. So let's keep choosing life one meal, one habit, one day at a time. Because healing doesn't start in a hospital, it starts right here with awareness, courage, and the decision to care for yourself a little more today than you did yesterday.